Hey guys,
Hello.
welcome back to Hollyscoop's Just Saying. I'm Heather Gardner.
And I'm Madison Conklin.
And you know what day it is. It is Friday!
Woo! Thank the Lord. I'm so excited and...
We're not dancing.
Oh, sorry.
Yay! I feel like although my dance is kind of like, I get whiter.
You keep it up
and
here.
whiter.
I I get a little ratchet,
I get whiter and whiter every Friday with my dance moves. I have none. All right, guys. Welcome to the almost weekend here on Just Saying. And we have got actually a pretty fun topic that I'm very excited to talk about today. There's this op-ed going around the internet right now. It's making the rounds. It's getting viral, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And it's this one guy's opinion about 80s and 90s sitcoms, maybe even early 2000s sitcoms.
Yes, early 2000s as well. And we're both babies of the 80s and 90s, so we're like, oh my God, Friends, Seinfeld, all the best shows that we kind of watched, laughed at, and then now we're looking back at it, we're like, that was really sexist. Like, now that I'm a woman and I'm watching this, I'm like, damn, they were hating on women.
Well, here's the thing that's going around. Like, Netflix has just given a whole new rebirth to a lot of these classic shows. Like you said, Friends, Seinfeld, Will and Grace, all these shows. I never, ever watched Friends when it came out. That was the early 90s, mid-90s. I was actually a little too young to watch Friends at the time, but I only recently watched the entire, I think it's 9 seasons, last year for the first time ever, and I freaking loved it. It was so funny, but you're right.
Yeah.
Some of the things they got away with in the early 90s, early 2000s.
It was like jaw-dropping on TV.
You look now and you're like, okay.
But you kind of have to, I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Of course.
I feel like now everything is so censored and we don't want kids to feel left out and we don't want them to feel this way and that way. And like in the 90s, it's like, dude, deliver it, make them laugh, do whatever you have to do to make them have a good time watching TV.
Yes.
So they kind of, blew all inhibitions and we're just like, we're going to make this awesome show and we're going to make fat jokes and sexist jokes and homophobic jokes. And, at the time, it was a little less censored, a little more carefree on TV, if you will. And now it's kind of like, oh, don't do it.
Exactly. And even, broadcasting rules have 100% changed since then, too. Friends was an evening show that came on like probably 8 or 9 o'clock. Kids were in bed. Yeah. They didn't have YouTube to sneak, or anything like that. So it really was like for an adult audience where now anybody on Netflix, anybody with the internet has access to all of this stuff. And so the author of the article that's going around right now is just saying like, basically the tagline of it.
Just saying. Just saying.
The tagline of the article is when binge watching goes wrong. And I read that and I was just like, okay, let's be a little less dramatic here.
Yeah.
But it's funny, we were talking about this in the office and we actually got everybody riled up in the office about it. And we talked specifically about Married with Children and Al Bundy. We pulled up some clips of Al Bundy just railing on overweight women, which is sexist and rude
and fat shaming, and it's not right. But at the time,
now
it's I don't want to say it's funny, but like that was comedy back then. And
it's comedy now. It's still funny. It may not be.
I'm trying to tread lightly here. I know I'm gonna get ripped apart in the comments, so I'm just gonna
F it, whatever. Like it's still funny. And the thing is like we do live in a PC society where you're not supposed to think it's funny, but let's just say what it is. Fat jokes are funny. Sexist jokes are funny. As long as you understand it, she's giving me like eyes here. Like,
so uncomfortable. I don't know what's gonna happen in the comments.
I feel like as long as you understand your audience, and everybody's laughing and have a good time, and it doesn't turn, it's comedy for entertainment and not turning into, oh my God, Madison, you look so fat today.
Right.
And where it becomes mean and stuff like that. But we also see that kind of sexist, things and fat joke shaming things in even shows today. We were talking about Girl Boss, which just came out on Netflix last month, and I loved the show. It's supposed to be like women empowerment, this girl who started Nasty Gal, and she is just, girl boss. Yeah. And yet the whole theme of the show, every time something went wrong, she did a little tantrum like a little child would do, and it really perpetuated woman stereotypes instead of like women empowerment.
Right, exactly. So it's a double-edged sword. I think it's going to be around forever, maybe a little more censored, but it's what
still
viewers can relate with and what they can hate and talk about and create a conversation. So
it's still good television. I will tell you right now, I loved Friends. I hated the end because I hated the fact that Ross would not go with her to Paris and that she was the one, being the woman, who had to give up her hopes and dreams to stay with him in New York. It boiled me to death because I would never do that. I would just say, see you, babe, bye. I'm going to Paris.
Boy, bye.
Boy, bye. And obviously, times were different back in the 90s.
Right.
So, but I still love that show. I've still rewatched it 3 or 4 times.
It's great.
It's still good entertainment.
You know what I want to say though? The fact that Joey and Chandler always made homophobic jokes and they were scared of like, homophobia. They lived together for like 8 of the seasons and they had this crazy bromance, but it was like never addressed. So while they were being homophobic.
Did you just have a theory that they were gay the whole show?
Well, maybe. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
All right, guys, listen, we got to go because the weekend is upon us, but we really do want to hear your thoughts on this one. For me, it's television that I can still enjoy even though it's a different time for television now than it was then. I still laugh at it. Maybe I feel a little bit more guilty about it, but I still like it. For you, it makes you a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, talking about it, yeah. I'll watch it and laugh, but I don't know if I want everyone to know.
All right, but we do want to know what you think down in the comment section below. You guys subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Monday. But it's Friday. Woo! Have a good weekend.
Bye, guys. Bye.